a combination of two of our visits to Radisson Red. Radisson Red is the shiniest, newest and most vibrant of the Radisson hotels here in Helsinki. We visited the hotel several times in 2022 and we've been debating whether to return this year for either my birthday or my wife's birthday. It's easily the most modern and trendy of all the Radissons in Helsinki, and you feel it the moment you step inside. While Radisson Plaza leans into more history and classic elegance, Red immediately hits you with its bold, modern vibes. Everything looks fresh and bright, and the space is filled with eye-catching art in all kinds of forms. One of the first things you'll see is a large red statue holding a silver ball. It's inspired by the famous lantern carrier statues at the entrance of Helsinki Central Railway Station. And that's just the beginning. You'll spot unique art pieces throughout the hotel, from wall installations to a tiny elephant figure on a desk, and much more. Unsurprisingly, the color red is a strong visual theme throughout the hotel. Everything in a hotel feels thoughtfully designed down to the smallest detail. A fun little surprise was a large screen that lets guests take selfies. A playful touch that fits the hotel's youthful atmosphere. The room was modern and bright, continuing with the similar interior design style that you did see in the lounge and hallways. Large windows maximize the natural light entering the room, enhancing its bright and airy feel. We loved many of the thoughtful design touches, especially the bright red vintage style telephone. The artwork on the walls added personality, and the view from our windows was beautiful. We were able to see Kaisaniemi Park, and in the distance, even the Parliament House. Of course, the room had all the essential amenities you expect from the 4-star hotel like Radisson. There was a coffee capsule machine, mini fridge, bathrobe, slippers, and quality bathroom products to make you feel fresh and smell great. Naturally, the TV was Chromecast enabled, so you could watch your favorite shows from any streaming service you prefer. But that's something you'd expect at the most higher-end Radisson hotels. The room was already impressive, but the real standout was the bathroom. It truly felt like the crown jewel of the room. So often, hotel bathrooms are small, windowless, and unremarkable. This one was complete opposite, spacious, stylish, and flooded with light. The centerpiece was this huge bathtub that seemed to invite you in the moment you saw it. Again, natural light streamed through the windows, making the room feel bright and inviting. The bathroom felt like it belonged in a suite rather than a superior room. I honestly can't praise it enough. It was that stunning. We were celebrating my wife's birthday, and the hotel surprised us with a bottle of sparkling wine and some chocolates. That's exactly how you make your Radisson Rewards members feel valued. Maybe Radisson Plaza could take a note from them. Then again, most Radisson hotels we've stayed at have had sparkling wine waiting for us on birthdays or wedding anniversaries, especially since we've been VIP members. Well, except Plaza. This is a quick video of the premium room we had during our next visit a few months later. The premium room was a bit more spacious, but for us it actually felt like a downgrade since the bathroom didn't include a bathtub. Otherwise, it had all the same amenities as the superior room, but I have to say, the superior room felt more luxurious in comparison. If you have the option, go for the superior room with the bathtub, as premium rooms only come with the rain shower. The bathroom in the premium room also felt a bit more cramped, as it wasn't as spacious. That said, the room itself was still perfectly fine and featured the same modern, bright design as the rest of the hotel. The gym room itself is very spacious, and you could easily fit even more machines and equipment into empty areas. What is there is new and modern as the hotel itself. What I especially appreciated was the set of heavy dumbbells. At many Radisson Reds I visited abroad, they usually only have light dumbbells that are pretty much useless for someone like me. They're so light, I jokingly call them ladies' weights. But here, they actually had proper heavy dumbbells that could give even a gym rat like me a decent workout. That said, there weren't many machines, just a few treadmills and exercise bikes. Well, if you're into boxing though, they got a punching bag and gloves available. I don't think I've ever seen that in a hotel gym before. I'm not a boxer myself, so I didn't use them, but it's a great bonus for anyone who is. Sauna area is about the same size as the one in Plaza. Sorry that I keep comparing it to Plaza, but I had just stayed there before writing this review, so it's fresh in my mind. It's not particularly large, but the shower facilities and sauna are clean, new and modern, just like the rest of the hotel. The facilities include rain showers, as you expect in a newer hotel like this. The sauna itself is spacious enough to fit around 6 people at the same time. Lockers are available as well, so you can store your clothes and personal items securely while you relax and take your time in sauna. For the Christmas dinner, we had 3-course Christmas menu downstairs at the restaurant. To be honest, the restaurant felt a bit too casual for occasion like Christmas, and for a brief moment after sitting down, we did slightly regret our choice. But once the food arrived, that hesitation quickly faded. Dishes were delicious and the service was excellent. The bread in particular is something we still remember and talk about to this day. The main course was also excellent, and in the terms of the food, all our expectations were met, if not even exceeded. The selection of breakfast items was fairly small, but everything we tried was fresh and tasted good. If I had to be brutally honest, this might be the only small downside of the hotel. There were, of course, enough hot and cold options to start your day, but the variety felt limited compared to many other Radisson, Radisson Blue, and Radisson Collection hotels. This seemed to be a recurring issue with Radisson Red properties in general, so I suppose if you choose Red, you shouldn't expect a large and varied breakfast selection. The suite section was probably the only part that was on par with the other Radisson hotels. What I truly loved as a fan of rice porridge was that they served proper real rice porridge. I'm guessing it was because of Christmas, but I wish it were part of the regular breakfast menu, not just for special occasions. And of course, being able to order an omelette from the chef is always a plus. And here, it was once again possible and especially tasty. All in all, I wouldn't complain too much. What the breakfast lacks in quantity, it makes up for in quality and freshness. Conclusion. Radisson Red is modern and quite honestly a great choice for a stay in Helsinki. Overall, I love the superior room, especially the stunningly beautiful and spacious bathroom. I wasn't as impressed with the premium room. While it offered a bit more space, it lacked a bathtub, which made it feel like a downgrade. Still, the superior room could easily be one of my favorite Radisson rooms in Helsinki. Definitely up there with the junior suite at the Radisson Royal. I also really like the 2-floor business class room at Radisson Seaside, though that one stood out more for its cozy, home away from home vibe. What I appreciated most at Red was the modern design and all the thoughtful little design choices throughout the hotel. Right now, I think Radisson Red might just be the best Radisson hotel in Helsinki. Yes, I have few nitpicks. The breakfast selection wasn't as varied as in some other Radissons, and it doesn't have an executive lounge like in Radisson Plaza. But the more I think about it, each of the 5 Radisson hotels in Helsinki has its own character, its own strengths, some that might not be obvious to everyone. And well, I wouldn't say weaknesses, but they each also have their little quirks. But as things stand now, I honestly believe Radisson Red could be at the top of the list when it comes to Radisson properties here in Helsinki. Still, as I said, each one has its own strengths and personality, and that's what makes them all worth staying at. Whichever Radisson you choose, you really can't go wrong.